Hi, it's Dolly Doll YouTube, and finally we got the whole screen because I was like scared because I didn't know what was gonna happen during the video because I thought, oh my god, my thing just glitched. I thought my thing wasn't gonna work. I don't understand why it just glitched. But anyway, I'm sorry that it just glitched. I don't know how to make it work. But we're going to be reacting to more of my liked videos, and I like some more videos. So yeah, it literally just clicked. Hold on, let me see if I can like try to make it better. I really don't know what to do. It's like recording. It's recording, but it's stuck. And I can still see it, but it's stuck. It'll be okay. Hopefully it just gets unstuck because I don't understand why it's stuck. I really don't understand why it's stuck. And I don't own copyrights to this video. It literally glitched and I don't even know what happened. I didn't do anything to it because it was just fine. But anyway, let's get into the video. Reacting to some more liked videos. Yeah. Let's turn this on.
And tried to beat up her best friend.
I am so mad.
So we're gonna be reacting to more after all
so for the
these
past
videos,
3 months, I've gone down a bit of a Daniel Tiger rabbit hole. Or tiger hole, I guess. I've talked about some of Daniel Tiger's worst episodes, which show just how abhorrent this fuzzy-headed freak can be. But as bad as Daniel Tiger is, you all claim that Katarina Kitty Cat is even worse. And after watching Katarina Gets Mad, I'd say she definitely gives Daniel Tiger a run for his money.
No, I want the triangle meow meow.
So today, let's tear into Katarina's worst episode to see if this cantankerous kitten is truly more despicable than this puffball parasite. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a hype, since I guess that's still a feature. Let's not waste any more time and delve right in. This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe and help get this video to 10,000 likes. Daniel Tiger is excited to see the new instruments at Music Man Stan's music shop. In fact, the atonal twerp has been practicing on his drum set all morning. Sorry, did I say practicing? I meant to say he's been banging on his toy drums like a rabid circus monkey.
Boom, boom, boom.
They get to the music shop, where Daniel proceeds to rub his grubby little paws over every single instrument. The rest of the kids arrive, and Mr. Tiger decides to leave poor Stan to deal with this horde of harebrained hellraisers by himself. Though to be fair to Mr. Tiger, he does have to put up with Daniel's crap for the other 23 hours in the day. So I guess he's earned a bit of a break. Miss Elena's dad tells the kids to line up so they can each pick an instrument to play. Katarina is too busy twirling to notice the line has already formed, but that doesn't stop her from cutting in front of everyone. Katarina waltzes to the head of the line, and even Stan calls her out for being an attention whore.
Katarina, you were first last time.
Katarina says she doesn't care that she cut in front of everyone and demands to pick her instrument first.
I want to be first today, meow.
Oh boy, here we go.
I am so mad.
I really don't understand.
Meow.
I really
Instead of
don't
punishing
understand
Katarina's rude
why
behavior, Stan
they even
congratulates her
have
for
baby
choosing
talk.
verbal aggression over
I don't
physical
really
aggression.
Good job
understand
using
why
your
they're
words.
hiding
Stan,
stuff
don't tell her
and
good
stuff.
job. She's being an asshole. Stan tries to get her to
don't
calm down so they can talk things
understand
through,
why
but Katarina just tells him to f off.
I'm too mad to be calm.
You see, this is
That
why you
makes
should be
no
allowed
sense.
to
I'm
use the
too
belt on
bad
other
to be
people's
good.
kids.
I
Stan
don't
tells
really get
Katarina
why.
to count to 4 to
I
help her
get too
calm
bad
down,
to
but the
be
bossy
calm.
ballerina has to be super f***ing extra about it.
1,
I
2,
really don't understand.
3.
You can't solve all your problems with
Yeah, for
dancing,
real.
Katarina. This isn't
Let me turn this
Footloose.
up.
Katarina
And
is
I still
finally
don't
calm, but
come
still
right
demands
to
to
it.
go first.
So, can I be first?
Stan finally
Yeah,
takes
I
a stand
really
and tells
don't
Katarina to
understand.
take her greedy ass to the back of the line, but not before she gives Prince Wednesday the most half-assed apology she can muster.
Sorry, I yelled.
No, you're not. The kids make their picks
I'm
one by
sorry
one,
about this,
as only now does Stan start to regret giving his instruments to a bunch of tone-deaf toddlers.
Oh, that was horrible. Nah, that
That was quite loud.
Katarina slowly inches closer to the front of the line when Miss Elena picks the triangle. But wouldn't you know it, Katarina also wants to play the triangle. So seeing how Katarina just learned about keeping her temper in check, surely her reaction won't be overblown, right? Right?
No, I want the triangle, meow meow.
Why am I not surprised? Katerina absolutely goes off on Miss Elena, who tells the prissy pussy to back off.
I picked the triangle.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Katerina made it clear that she wanted to play the triangle beforehand, right?
I want to play the triangle. I still hope I get the triangle. I really want the triangle. Please let me get the triangle.
Okay, there's no way Miss Elena didn't hear Katerina. So clearly Miss Elena is on some sort of power trip right now. Katerina is so mad that she even tries to take a swing at Miss Elena. And only now does Music Man Stan step in to keep the callous kitten from burning his shop to the ground.
It seems like there's a problem.
No Sherlock. Daniel tries to help Katerina calm down. And you know things are bad when Daniel Tiger is the voice of reason. Katerina whines how it's not fair that she can't have the triangle to play. Miraculously, Stan gets Katerina to relax once again by counting to 4. Though considering how worked up she is, maybe she should try counting to 6 or 7. Katerina no longer wants to kill Miss Elena, but still insists that she deserves to have the triangle.
Can I please have the triangle, meow meow?
Girl, what is your obsession with this triangle? It's not even that fun to play. I've seen more people use this hunk of metal as a dinner bell than a musical instrument. The triangle might as well be the appendix of the percussion section. Now, if we were talking about a cowbell, that would be a different story. Miss Elena stands up to the big-headed bully and tells her to get her own damn instrument. Okay, she's not quite that harsh. Miss Elena agrees to share the triangle with Katerina after she finishes giving everyone a migraine.
Your turn. Thanks, Miss Elena. Don't mention it, Toots.
That might be the most passive-aggressive toots I've ever heard from Miss Elena. The kids then perform a song about staying calm, which Katerina proceeds to ruin with her incessant triangle bashing.
When you feel so mad that you wanna roar.
So yeah, I can see what you all meant when you said Katerina Kitty Cat is absolutely insufferable. She clearly has a bad temper when it comes to sharing, to say the least. But let's see how bad she compares to when Daniel Tiger gets mad. Daniel Tiger is excited to go to the beach with Prince Wednesday so they can play.
And I have my royal shovel.
A royal shovel for a royal pain in the ass. The two imagine themselves swimming with the fishes, while I'm imagining them sleeping with the fishes. The two are about to head outside when, surprise, surprise, it starts to rain. Gee, maybe if you hadn't wasted so much time with that stupid song of yours, you could have made it to the beach in time. Mrs. Tiger is also surprised by the rain, because I guess she didn't bother to check the weather forecast before letting her son invite his friend over for a beach day. Oops. Mrs. Tiger says Daniel can't go swimming in the rain because he'll get too wet. Wait, what?
This much rain will make you soaked and cold.
Have you ever actually swam in the ocean? It's always cold. She tells the boys they have to stay inside, and that makes Daniel Tiger so mad.
Roar!
Wow, I don't think I've ever heard a more pitiful display of anger.
Royal grunt!
What the hell was that? Daniel is too upset to think straight and decides to spend the afternoon bitching and moaning like a preteen emo who just ran out of black eyeliner.
I'm too mad!
Mrs. Tiger tells the two to count to 4, because what stressful situation can't be resolved with math?
Why would they change math? Math is math.
It's okay,
Math
Dad.
is math.
The kids count to 4, but Daniel Tiger is still mad. What a surprise. The boys put their heads together to think of a solution to their rainy day dilemma.
What do you think we should do?
Guys, why are you trying to kiss right now? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with kissing your bros. I mean, we all do it. But at least wait until your mom leaves the room. The boys decide that if they can't go outside, then they should bring the beach inside. The two head to Daniel's room to gather supplies for their beta male beach blowout.
Let me know when you see shows.
Dance is more than just using your body. So much of dance is in your expressions.
Squinting has likely contributed to my crow's feet.
My friends say
Looks like the only thing missing from their makeshift beach is the sand, so the boys head outside with their beach buckets so they can moon the audience. The two big-brained beach bitches then decide to dump sand all over the living room floor, as any smart child would do. Mrs. Tiger is understandably furious at her son, and Daniel Tiger decides that now would be a great time to poke the bear.
Your cheeks are red. Are you mad?
What do you think, Daniel? Daniel is somehow surprised that his mom is upset, because if there's one thing every parent loves, it's having sand inside the house. Mrs. Tiger resists the urge to bite her son's head off. She says that sand belongs outside, because it's coarse and rough and irritating and it gets everywhere. But Daniel insists that you can't have a beach day without sand. The passive-aggressive pussy pouts that his mom is ruining his beach day, the same way his birth ruined her life. Prince Wednesday keeps the cranky cub from taking a swing at his mother by having him count to 4 again. And I'm starting to think that this counting crap isn't helping anyone.
You can't too.
Why do I need to count? You're the one who's having a temper tantrum, you fuzzy-faced piece of shit. Okay, maybe I do need to count to 4. The kids try to solve their sand snafu by once again putting their heads together. And again, I'm not sure why PBS is trying to make us ship a pair of 4-year-olds. The 2 royal dandies decide to use their beach towels instead of sand.
Please put the pails of sand back outside.
Okay.
Holy crap, I think that's the first time we've ever seen Daniel Tiger do what he's told. The 2 clean up all the sand in under 10 seconds, which is the least believable part of the episode. We all know Mrs. Tiger is going to be sweeping up loose bits of sand for years to come.
What makes you mad?
Daniel, I've made enough of these videos that you should know the answer by now. Daniel Tiger then sings the same song Mr. Rogers originally used to stop Congress from defunding PBS, which makes the ending of this episode that much more depressing.
Looks like you just earned the $20 million.
So now that we've seen what happens when both Daniel Tiger and Katarina Kitty Cat get mad, it's time to determine which Frizzy Furball takes the crown for colossal meltdowns. Let's start things off with Daniel Tiger, who threw a massive hissy fit because he couldn't go to the beach. When he tried to have an indoor beach day, he dumped a bunch of sand all over the house, and was somehow surprised when his mom got upset. And even when he finally got his beach day, he had another tantrum when his mother had the gall to make him clean up the mess that he created. Now let's see how Daniel's antics compare to Katarina Kitty Cat, who is both a spoiled brat and an attention hog. Katarina demanded to have the first pick of the instruments, and then tried to cut in front of all her friends. She then got royally butthurt after getting called out for line jumping, and tried to gaslight her friends into letting her go first. When she didn't get the instrument she wanted, Katarina threatened to beat up Miss Elena until she agreed to share the triangle with her. And when Katarina finally did get to play the triangle, she ruined her friend's song with her off-tempo tune. So yeah, this one was a pretty close call, but I think I'm gonna have to give this one to Katarina. Daniel Tiger is definitely a selfish little twerp, but Katarina Kitty Cat is undeniably the queen of cartoon kitty temper tantrums.
Meow, meow.
So, F you Daniel Tiger for tracking sand all over your house and yelling at your mom for making you clean up your own mess. And of course, for hogging all the instruments and trying to beat up your best friend, F you Katarina Kitty Cat. Thanks for watching, everyone. If there's a specific cartoon you want me to watch, top-tier patrons can commission a review from my channel. You can also become a channel member to get early access to all my uncensored videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. You can learn to work and play and get along with each other.
Shop bestsellers at Ashley, where no matter what your holiday traditions are, you're always at home. Whether you're making extra room with our extendable dining.
Different is also a good way to describe Patrick Maguire's disguise, who robbed an Illinois convenience store while covering his face with a clear plastic bag.
What's good, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at the dumbest criminals of all time. Without further ado, let's get started.
In 2009, Matthew McNally and Joe...
This gotta be blackface. Please don't tell me y'all thought this was going to be like a ski mask. Like, oh, are they going to be able to touch me if I look like this? You didn't even fill your face up. Did y'all use like Sharpies or like actual clay mask? What's going on?
In 2009, Matthew McNally and Joey Miller robbed a home in Iowa using masks drawn onto their faces with permanent black...
No, it kind of looked like they were going to be on some shit where it was like, this'll get them. There's no way they're going to be able to identify us. And then they just ran out of ink. You could tell like there's marks here where it just faded and they were like, F it, man. Let's go ahead and do the job. What is this? And Buddy over here is a bit too big. Like you could tell they couldn't even get the whole circumference of his face.
Marker. Whilst on the run, the two discovered that permanent black marker doesn't rub off easily, leading to their simple arrest and embarrassingly stupid mug.
Hello, what you making? The world's yours for the taking. Everything you touch, yeah, you touch.
Embarrassingly stupid mugshots. However, these two still look like geniuses in comparison to some of the other idiots we'll be talking about as we discuss the stupidest criminals of all time. Take, for example, MacArthur Wheeler, who robbed 2 banks in broad daylight as he thought that pouring lemon juice on his face would make him invisible to cameras.
You never even once thought, okay, let me actually put it on myself to test if this is actually true. And then go around people and see if they see me. You just did it. And second of all, lemon juice in your face? How are you even seeing anything? That gotta burn your eye or some shit.
When shown the bank surveillance footage, Wheeler refused to believe that he was visible, stating to officers, "But I wore the juice," believing that as long as he didn't come near a heat source, he should have been completely invisible. Police concluded the Wheeler was not crazy or on drugs, just incredibly...
I paused the video because I don't know if you can see it, but I sanded down my Barbie doll's nose because it used to be like a long nose, but now it's like a long square nose. Or I just sanded it back down. So yeah, I'm sorry about interrupting the video just for that.
mistaken.
No, I refuse to believe this is a sane person with a good amount of IQ. What other things did he do for him to believe that this was actually true? Please don't tell me he was in the street naked with lemon juice and then, seeing that nobody was actually looking at him. What's going on? Yo, I can just imagine him getting arrested, being put behind handcuffs, and then he's just like, but officer, where'd the juice though? What do you mean you can see me? For him to actually believe that, bro, this is insane.
With the lemon juice mistake eventually costing Wheeler a 24.5-year prison sentence. However,
and hold on, okay, so I'm assuming this was an armed robbery, right? So, did you think that it hid the gun too? People probably pulled a prank on him. They probably told him, we can't see you. What the hell? XQC got arrested?
If we're on the topic of terrible disguises, then we can't go past Dennis Hawkins, whose disguise as an old lady wasn't much better. His sweater accompanied fake boobs, a full beard, and fittingly clown pants, with his insanely recognizable outfit helping police to catch Hawkins only an hour after the robbery. The police chief for the area stated, he would get my nomination for dumbest criminal, I think. You still have his
black facial hair with the blondish wig. Come on now. What if it's a they them? We're now in a society where, it's okay. What if he was just trying to represent other genders?
Black facial hair with a blondish wig. Definitely different. Different is also a good way to describe Patrick McGuire's disguise, who robbed an Illinois convenience store while covering his face with a clear plastic bag.
What was he thinking? Oh, if I put this on, I love this bag. I'm able to see, and it's covering my face. Surely this is gonna work. What's going on? If you're bold enough to do this, potentially getting years in jail, plan this, make sure everything goes right, go there at the right time, you're gonna wear a clear bag?
He was only able to obtain $60 from the robbery. However, due to his extensive criminal history, he was sentenced to 15 years in prison for the stunt, meaning that he had to spend 1 year in prison for every $4 stolen from the store.
$60. You couldn't have asked a family member for $60? A year for $4. 15 years. That is what? A fifth of your life? A sixth of your life? Granted, you live all the way through. All because your ass put a clear bag. And you have 14 felonies, so I'm pretty sure you did other dumb shit where you had to realize, okay, I gotta come correct.
Talk about a bad return. Equally bad was Paul Sinclair's, who attempted to rob a bank in Florida by using his fingers curled up into a gun shape. The quote-unquote weapon was so non-threatening that the bank teller gave him only $120, after which he'd flee on foot before being caught by police only 10 minutes later.
No, who the hell is that bank teller? You know you're wrong for that. You got me, bro. No, shout out to that bank teller for just playing along to his delusion, bro. They could have easily detained him there, but he actually wanted him to live the life thinking that he actually did it. Could you imagine how amazing he felt afterwards? Y'all know that one anime, the one where the dude actually kills people using his finger? That's what it reminds me of. He probably watched that shit thinking that it was actually gonna work.
Then there was James Blankenship.
Bro, what is wrong with your nose? Did acne just decide to grow on your nose? Or is it just extremely reddish? I think one job people don't talk enough about is taking mugshots of criminals. Having to see top faces all this time gotta be haunting.
Who thought that robbery was legal as long as you did it at a certain time of day. Back in 2013, Blankenship broke into his own mother's home, after which the police were called, who would take to their Facebook page later that day to explain what had happened. He fled the scene upon seeing his mother. The male was located under the house hiding in a crawl space. When advised of his charges, he made the statement, "I thought you could only be charged with burglary if you break in during the night time."
Yo, bro, it's 3:58 p.m. We got 2 minutes. We're gonna have to sneak in, bro. It's the only time it's gonna be legal. Does that seem right to you? Which legislation did you read that said you could break into houses between the hours of 4 to 6? There's no way we're this dense, bro. He fled the scene upon seeing his mother. You robbed your own mom's house? Oh, you're a loser.
Blankenship was given 180 days in jail in order to pay a $100 fine. Yet this wasn't the only time when a person was dumb enough to think that a law didn't apply to them. Because when Ruben Pavin was caught stealing from a charity thrift shop in New Hampshire,
I'm sorry, a charity thrift shop, bro? Okay, then that means that
One of my favorite parts about decorating for Christmas each year is getting to choose what I want it to look like. And if you know me, I love a pop of color.
That means that had to go for no more than $5.
State that he thought everything was free because of the name of the business, Finders Keepers. The sign did say Finders Keepers, so I took that DVD player, took it home, haven't told the local TV station. A couple of weeks later, the stuff is still there on the porch, so I'm thinking to myself, Finders Keepers, they probably just put stuff out there for people to take. The business responded via Facebook stating, "This man who was caught on video is saying it is all a misunderstanding. He thought everything at our store was free. Is that really the best defense you could come up with with.
That's dumb. Okay, then how would they make their money? Everything is probably at a discounted price and it's probably really cheap, but why would it be free?
After which Pavin reportedly turned in the stolen goods to police, holding that he's not a bad person or a bad dad, and is rather just unbelievably stupid. But was he as dumb as Derek Mosley, who in 2013 attempted to rob a store named Discount Gun Sales by using a baseball bat? When Mosley allegedly...
Yo, forget bringing a knife to a gunfight. You brought a baseball bat? I think one of the dumbest places to steal from is a shop that you know has guns, bro. You're literally in the heart of the lion's den, bro. I'm not gonna be in a gun store trying to get more guns, because clearly they got weapons at their disposal.
Allegedly barged into Discount Gun Sales and smashed the display counter with his baseball bat, the store manager simply pulled out his own personal firearm and pointed it straight at the would-be robber, holding Mosley in the store until he was arrested and charged with first-degree robbery.
What did you think was gonna happen? Did you think they would be like, oh, take all our guns? Obviously, if they know you're not equipped with anything as well, it even makes it easier on them to not give you a gun. He had to have some sort of drugs in his system.
A similar story then came out of Texas in July 2022 when a gun store was robbed at knife point, although this tale
Okay, this is literally brought a knife to a gunfight.
It ended in a body bag as the robber was fatally shot by the store owner as he tried to exit with his loot. But what happens when you accidentally call 911 whilst committing a crime? Pocket dialing the police is probably a fairly common occurrence. However, for Carson Reinhardt and Nathan Tekla-Merriam, it happened at the most unfortunate moment, specifically while they were breaking into a car. The alert dispatcher soon realized that the call was an accidental one, and moreover that the guys on the other end might be up to no good. For the next 35 minutes, the dispatcher stayed on the line, listening and gathering information, as Tekla-Merriam and Reinhardt did the following. Discovered a car that they thought they could burglarize, discussed how to break into the car, allegedly broke into the car, exclaimed in delight over finding narcotics in the car.
They're narcos, yeah! Oh my goodness, yo, you guys are idiots. If I was the other friend that was committing this crime, you would not see me talk to my friend again. Imagine we're getting the best, I don't know, we're about to be rich multi-millionaires. Just to find out we got stopped because your ass butt dialed the cops. We're not friends anymore.
Became confused as to how and why a police car was following them and reacted in disbelief when the arresting officer revealed that they'd been on the line to 911 the entire time. Scott Simon found himself in a similar situation, although under much more severe circumstances. Whilst on trial for murder in 2015, Scott was successfully sentenced to life in prison, as 2 years prior he'd pocket dialed the police while admitting to a friend that he was the one who committed the crime.
That's why I be thinking there's certain circumstances in this world that are too crazy for there not to be a God. I feel like this was supposed to happen. He could have butt dialed 911 at any given moment. The call so happened to land at a time where he was confessing to a murder.
He had no idea he called 911, a sheriff's office spokeswoman told the Miami Herald. He basically told on himself, as did Albert Bailey, although in a much stupider way. Bailey had planned on robbing a bank in Fairfield, Connecticut, although...
That fancy-ass chase? Dude, that looks like a mansion. You couldn't have went to one of them other banks that look a little beat down. I would not rob anything that looks like this. That shit just looks like a beauty. Yo, we need more Chase banks like this.
Rather than exercising the element of surprise, he'd call the bank prior to the robbery stating, "I want $100,000 in large bills and no die packs. I'll be sending someone into the bank to get the money."
You're such an idiot. Ignore calling the cops. You know they could just close down the store, right? They could just be like, no, we don't want to. Everyone just leaves and then everyone just takes the day off. They could literally make it so that the only people left in there are literally just cops.
Don't call the police, we are monitoring the police scanner. Prior to making this phone call, Bailey had already served 7 years in prison for a previous bank robbery. However, this new plan was equally ineffective, as after arriving at the bank to collect his cash...
So you failed again.
Bailey was locked inside, arrested, and sentenced to another 9 years in prison. Although if he wanted to avoid this time behind bars, he could have had a chat with Tito and Amanda Watts, who got arrested in Florida for selling tickets to enter heaven at a price of $100.
That's illegal? No, real shit. I didn't know that was illegal. No, because you know what we need to do? Arrest them and arrest anyone who bought it, because you're an idiot. I don't need to explain it like the only way this is going to work is if you right now.
Tito Watts said in his police statement, "I don't care what the police say. The tickets are solid gold, and it was Jesus who gave them to me behind the KFC."
Yeah, if there was any place Jesus would want to go to, it's behind the KFC selling gold nuggets to what looks like homeless people. That seems about right.
And said to sell them so I could get me some money to go to outer space. You should arrest Jesus because he's the one who gave me the golden tickets and said to sell them. I'm willing to wear a wire and set Jesus up.
It's one thing getting caught for being this idiotic, and it's another thing defending how dumb you were. Come on now.
The couple had apparently earned over $10,000 from the stunt, meaning that they were able to find people even dumber than them.
I'm selling tickets to heaven. All you gotta do is subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the Twitch, I'm just not going. There's no way people are that stupid.
One of which might have been Ruben Zarate. While attempting to rob a muffler shop in 2008, Zarate was told that the shop couldn't access the money safe without their manager, who didn't begin his shift until later that afternoon. Instead of bailing on the robbery,
here's 5 gift ideas for tool lovers on your list. Number 1, the US General Mini Toolbox, now available in 6 colors, including red. Number 2, this Icon 10mm socket set. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna need 2 of these. Number 3, the Hercules 12-volt.
Bailing on the robbery, Zarate instead gave them his phone number.
And how do you think that was gonna play out, dumbass? Thank you for giving my phone number. Okay, yeah, the manager's here right now. Okay, boom. Let's just call him. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, man, I just clocked into work. Yeah, we'll put in the code. Just get the money, and then you could go off. We're good? All right, just come over. I'll be waiting here all shift long. Come over here and rob us. What did you think was gonna happen?
Asking them to give him a ring the next time the manager was in. They did so later that afternoon, although after returning to the store, Zarate received no money and was instead met by police and charged with aggravated robbery. Then there was the man who gave the people he was robbing something even stupider. The unnamed robber walked into a London bank carrying a gun and a bag, which he
Our 7 views, that's all Dolly Doll will have to show you. I'm sorry it wasn't longer. I wish it would have been longer. But we're going to have to stop it because I have to go to church still. So, yeah. Bye. Hold on, guys. I have to...